It's that fighting freak Knuckles. He's back, and he's actually out of Angel Island for once. We all saw how his story was going at the end of Frontiers. We know he's going to get out and see more of the world. And I think this will have an interesting dichotomy of effects. I think he'll become more worldly and a somewhat social person, getting interested in the cultures of the world and studying them as he travels. But some part of him will always yearn for the island and the people he once called home. So even as he modernizes and becomes more connected to the world at large, he'll want to feel more connected to his own people as well. We haven't seen much of the ancient Echidna race's cultural traditions, sadly. Just a few glimpses and flashback sequences in Sonic Adventure, and that's about it. Their traditions and potential rituals are long lost to us, although Knuckles may know of a few still that he's keeping a secret so far. One thing we do know quite well, though, was their ancient culture's fashion sense, and what they did to decorate themselves in general. One of the biggest aspects of this was their tradition of bleaching parts of their quills into rough, simple patterns and stripes. I think Knuckles would look pretty good with a set of white rings around his quills. And then I added the white knees as an additional touch for just a splash of character and detail. But then there's ancient Echidna jewelry. They're largely inspired by Mesoamerican cultures, and we've seen them wear plenty of feathers, jewels, polished stones, and necklaces are a very gender-neutral accessory to the ancient Echidnas. So I've decided to give Knuckles one, but it has a rather unique stone. In order to protect the Master Emerald while so distant from it, he's cut off its access to seemingly infinite power by chipping off a small piece and wearing it as he travels the world. Now, it's a far less interesting target for his enemies, less of a threat if it's taken, and it's still mostly intact and keeping Angel Island afloat. He can safely explore to his heart's content without having to worry about his home or his duty. And this lack of stress over his heritage is why I believe he's more likely to represent it in a Timeskip design. Without the constant vigilance and feeling like he's doomed to be the Atlas of their world, he can now look upon his ancestry more favorably. He's free to be more of himself now that he's not focused on being an ever-present guardian. And so, we have a Timeskip version of Knuckles the Echidna, who now is a blend of modernized and historic, embracing all of himself, both what he is and wishes to be. Although the Master Emerald is left unguarded, it remains safe, thanks to him and his many friends around the world, no matter where they may go. Well, that's all of Team Sonic completed. Next week, I'll be doing a theory video before we get to the next set of characters. Can any of you guess who's next? Maybe you should get a tarot card reading to figure it out. This is the Envoy of Kairos, signing out. Thanks for watching, guys.